welcome back to Tulips and Honey Mega List. I'm your host Lauren, and today I am joined by Rikki LeGrand. Rikki, thank you so much for coming on my Mega List with me. We're going to have so much fun. Yay! Okay, listeners, before we really dig into anything that we're going to be talking about today, let me know if you can hear Rikki, because this is the same program that we have had problems with in the past. So hopefully you can hear her. Let me know if you can't. I definitely am checking the little chat thingy, the little chat box that you guys are seeing. Let me know if you can hear her. We want to make sure that the little headphone fix that I've got going on here actually fixes something, and if not, we can kind of pause. No, you couldn't hear her. Okay, let's see if we can fix that. Rikki, why don't you try talking, and I will click some buttons and see if I can fix it. Still can't hear you. Let's see here. Guys, I'm going to keep on working on this button until I get it fixed. I'm just going to switch us back over to like the beginning screen where you can only see like the little picture and music, and we'll be right back. They can hear me, yeah. They can't. And this is the same thing that happened last time. I thought that I would fix it with the little headphones, but maybe it's just a simple button here. Let's see. Now you guys can hear all of us. Now let's see here. I fixed all those little settings. Let me know if you guys can hear. I'm going to turn my little sound up just for a second, just to see. Oh, okay. I can hear myself. Will you talk real quick? We'll see if we can hear you.
Check 1, check 2.
Oh, okay. I can hear myself.
Check 1, 2, 3. Check 1, check 2.
Okay, I can hear you. It's quiet, but you're there at least.
Check 1, 2, 3.
it's not like too terribly quiet. I'm going to try. There we go. Okay, I've got my sound up. They can hear us both now. Yay! Okay, very cool. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad. Sorry about that, y'all. You know we love to have as many problems with sound as possible. And there's probably going to be a slight echo, but hopefully it won't be too bad. Just as long as you can hear it a little bit. You can hear sound is over your speaker. I can't see what that one says. Her sound is over your speaker. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why the computer isn't actually just bringing her audio in. So I'll have to do some more work on that and figure that out. I was under the impression that the headphone thingy was supposed to be the fix, but maybe it's something different. But at least they can hear you now, and you guys let me know if anything goes wonky again, and we'll just we'll keep working on this. I'll just keep bringing people back to help me work on this and see if we get it eventually.
Hashtag not professional.
Yes, hashtag not professional. That's right. That hashtag is going nowhere. So, okay. Well, thank you everybody who's listening still. If you guys are all still listening, we really appreciate it. I'm your host, Lauren, and I am joined by Rikki LeGrand. She's going to be doing this mega list with me. If you don't know what the mega list is, this is a list of all of the recommendations, suggestions, shout outs, anything that we've kind of collected throughout the week or seen that we like, or even just things that we wanted to talk about. Every Friday we try to go live. So Rikki is joining me today because it has been way more difficult for me to do these Friday live events than I had originally anticipated, because I still feel really weird just talking to the microphone. I don't know, it's really weird. And you have a super cool background. So you're perfect for the mega list.
Yeah, I like Chicago for sure.
Okay, let's totally dive in then. Just to let y'all know, listeners, there has been a delay on this week's Modern or Not Modern, because as most of you guys know, Monday my husband's uncle passed away from the virus, and so this week has been a very difficult week for the whole family, and obviously we couldn't be there, which was really, really heartbreaking for my husband. So this week we took a bit of time off of that to focus a little bit more on the family. I didn't have time enough for that. But what I do have in place of it today, if you guys would continue praying for his family, for all of us, it would be such a blessing. I've got a tribute planned really quickly for my husband's Uncle Sammy. I'm gonna play this, and hopefully you guys can get a little picture of what he was like, and then I'd love to tell you guys a little bit more about him. But this is just a tribute that I put together for the family. Okay, so that was my husband's Uncle Sammy. I have to tell you guys about this. Rikki, this guy, okay. So whenever I met my husband, I was about 18, I think, nearing 18 or already 18. My husband was 17. He's 10 months younger than me. And that first Thanksgiving that I got to join his family, we drove, it was 3 hours to drive to his uncle's house. And I had never been anywhere with any human being that is quite like Sammy and Jude. Jude is his wife that you saw there with the hair, and she's so short and tiny, and they were the sweetest people that I had ever met. You walked in the room and they made you feel like you knew them your whole life, that you were family, that you were supposed to be there, and they wanted you there, and they were going to fill you up with lots of food. And so they were just some of the kindest people I had ever met. I didn't even know people like that existed. I thought that was a TV thing, where people on TV were really super sweet like that. But in real life, Uncle Sammy and Aunt Jude, they were just incredible people. And I know that she's heartbroken over this. They were married for 53 years. And so I appreciate everybody that's been praying for us during this time. And hopefully that little tribute will just give you guys an idea of the loss that we're feeling. And so I just wanted to do that quick tribute before we got into some more of the softer stuff so that we could get this out of the way, and that way I wouldn't just bawl my eyes out all night. We can sort of chipper up a little bit and talk about some happier stuff. But I really appreciate all of y'all's prayers, and so definitely keep praying for them. This has been a difficult time. I think there's still a few people with the virus that actually, I don't know, they're like sort of asymptomatic, but it did sort of get passed on through him to some of the other family members. So if you guys could keep praying for that. And Rikki, did you? I think I remember you telling me that there was actually a friend of yours that had the virus or was being affected by it.
Yeah, she did. I don't know if she currently still has it, but I know that she did have it. So in any case, I have a friend who at least did have it. So if you could keep her in your prayers too, appreciate it.
Absolutely. And if anybody listening has somebody that they need prayer for, just go ahead and leave it in the comments below, and we'll make sure to pray for them. Hopefully this is coming to an end. It would be really nice if things would sort of go back to normal. But I was wondering, Rikki, before we get into like any of the other stuff we were going to talk about, has there been any like positive things to come out of this? Like, has there been anything that you've noticed that has been sort of like a blessing to you during this pandemic while we're all stuck indoors?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, first of all, like more time spent with the Lord. It's been really good. And then also friendships. Like there's been friendships that I've made that I don't know if that would have happened had the pandemic not happened. And so very good friendships, and that, some of the friends I've made, they become family to me. And so it's definitely been a huge blessing in that sense as well.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Yeah. Okay. Today, one of the announcements that I was going to do, which I guess we're kind of freestyling it today since the audio started out all funny and everything, but just to freestyle it a little bit. One of the cool things that I got to do today was I got to do an interview. I co-hosted with Doreen Virtue on her channel. We interviewed Phil Johnson, and he actually said something similar. He talked about like the people that he's heard that have actually like come to faith because of this pandemic. Like that to me it blew my mind altogether. And he sort of reminded me that this pandemic, God can use the awful things for really good things. And I thought that was really, really a nice reminder for me, especially during all of this that was going on. But we're going to be actually posting that video tomorrow, and she's going to allow me to post it on my channel, and she's going to post it on her channel. That way both of us get that video up so people can see it. I'm really excited about it, Rikki. We were talking about, this is so crazy. We talked about the mark of the beast.
Oh, wow.
I know.
That's definitely an intense topic.
Right? Oh my goodness. So I was like, oh, I'm so way over my head here, but I'm going to be way over my head if I'm talking to Phil Johnson either way, no matter what we're talking about. So at least I had that to say, but I'm really excited about it. Have you heard the like weird conspiracy theorists that say the COVID vaccine is actually the mark of the beast?
I have, and I've heard different things about how like COVID-19, like they did like little break it down.
Shocked whenever I saw that. Honestly, I really could not believe, but I guess I shouldn't be, because I remember growing up that we saw that a lot, right? Like the barcodes had the 666 in them and all that stuff. But he does a really good job breaking it down and explaining why it's not something that we need to be nervous about. So hopefully that whole interview will be a blessing, and hopefully I'll be able to work more with Doreen in the future. We're talking about some other interviews that we could do together. But that's a big announcement for today that I was going to be like, oh, I have a big announcement. And then I kind of got squirreled there. Oh, well, that's okay. It's okay. We're just going to keep going with it. It'll be fine. It'll be totally fine.
I'm so excited to see it, too. Like, it's going to be so good.
Oh, thank you. I'm really excited. I was super nervous at the lead up to it. But, Doreen has that, like, really peaceful voice that's just really calming. And so I told her after the fact, though, I'm sitting there watching the interview, and I kept forgetting that I was involved. I just felt like I was watching one of her videos.
Like, oh, wait, am I supposed to talk? I'm supposed to talk?
Yeah. That's what I did. And you're going to see it in the video. There's going to be points where my eyes get glazed, and I'm just sitting there going, teach me, oh wise people. She's such a sweetheart, though. She's very, very patient. So thankfully, because I definitely got a little confused. So anyways, that's the big announcement that I had. I don't have like a whole lot of recommendations or anything that I was able to draw from. Like I said, this week it's been kind of a busy, hectic, crazy week. So I don't really have like a lot of cool things that I was able to watch or see because I didn't actually get a chance to do a whole lot of watching or seeing. But if you guys have anything that you saw this week that you want to drop off in the comments below that you want people to be able to see, if you've got links, if you've got a blog or a podcast that you want to advertise, put it in those links, those comments below so people can see it. And I'll make sure that we post all about that Doreen interview. But just to walk through a little bit of updates that are just sort of typical for the mega list, Monday is actually going to be another video that I did with our resident brother bee, Patrick from Cave to the Cross Apologetics. We talked about, okay, what is going on with these crazy topics? I don't know what's happening to me. First, like the mark of the beast, which is a topic I never would have touched without Doreen's help. And on Monday, we're talking about Romans 13 and the role of government and everything. So, Rikki, oh my goodness, I'm going to need lots of prayer.
Girl, I'll be praying for you.
I'm going to need it.
You got a lot of intense stuff going on over there.
I didn't even consider that. That's 2 intense videos in a row. But yeah, that's one of those topics that I think people get really... they get a little aggressive about, whenever you start talking about government and everything. So it's usually something that I avoid. But Patrick just said in the comments, we are overthrowing the government. And that's why I'm forwarding all of the hate mail to him right there.
Oh, so it's not Clinton's anymore. It's going from Clinton's time to him.
Exactly. Just this one special time, I'm going to just let him have all of it because he's egging it on in the comments there. Hopefully it'll be a blessing. And of course there's going to be a sneak peek at the end of this live event. You can wait around and you'll get to check out a 2.5 minute clip of Monday's episode. Also, we have on Tuesday the Aquila and Priscilla hour. On Friday, of course, you're going to have the Chuck and Lowe show. On Saturdays is Always Only with Emma. And so we have, all of those other podcasts coming out. The stuff with Doreen is coming out. So there's a lot of really cool stuff happening on the channel. So hopefully you guys are getting plugged in, subscribing, and doing all of that fun stuff. All of our podcasters also have blogs. So Emily has a blog, Lo has a blog, Emma has a blog, and I have a blog. And you know what, Rikki? It's really a good thing that Lo's nickname is Lo because we actually have the exact same name, Lauren. And it would just be really confusing, right? Like Lauren. And
right, like you'd always have to be differentiating. And
yes.
It's so much easier to just have like Lauren and Lowe.
Yes, I'm so glad. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Because my only nickname is really confusing and weird because for some reason my husband and his family call me Lorpy, and I don't know why, but I don't want to make people call me that. So yeah.
Okay, so is there a story behind that? Like, where did that come from?
I don't know. I wish there was a cool story behind it, but honestly, one day I think his mom was just like, "What's up, Lord P? Let's go to the store," or something, and it just stuck. Like from then on, it was Lord P, and so I mean, if I'm in trouble or if I've done something wrong, it's Lauren. So when people call me by my actual name, Lauren, that's whenever I'm like, oh, I'm in trouble, which makes interviews a lot harder. So this past week, I got the opportunity to actually interview Nate Pickowicz and Dustin Binge. And they've got this cool new book. Have you heard of it, Rikki? It might actually be out already. The American Puritan. It's pretty
I don't
cool.
think so.
I'm super
Possibly,
pumped. I'm really pumped about it coming out. I'm super excited. But when they called me Lauren, I kept. It's hard for me not to flinch and just be like, "What did I do?"
Oh, all the anxiety.
I know. They're just saying my name, but it's like, whoops. What did I do wrong? Are you mad at me? Did I say something?
Like, did we get in a fight before this started?
Exactly. It's so hard. And it really throws my train of thought off. Like, that's not even difficult to do. So,
Same, I feel you on that.
So Chris says their book is currently en route. Ooh, okay. I can't wait to read it. I'm probably going to get the ebook, though. Rikki, are you like a paperback person, or do you like Kindle books, or?
I can do either one. It depends, like, I don't know. I think I prefer like an actual physical book in my hands, but like I've also been reading some ebooks, so like I can do either one.
Oh,
I think I prefer the physical book.
What kind of ebooks have you been reading?
Different novels. stuff. So
Just
yeah,
novels.
I think I'm done with reading ebooks for a little bit though, and I'm gonna stick with the physical books for a little bit.
Nice.
It's like I read pretty slow, and so I have so many books. Like I'm on my bookshelf right now that I need to read, and I'm like I have a wish list on Amazon of a whole bunch that I want to get, and then I also have like another section of books that I need to read, and I'm like,
right?
I feel like I'm set for the rest of my life just with the physical books. Like I also have a lot of ebooks saved, like on my phone and stuff, and I'm like, how in the world am I ever going to have time to read all these?
Right.
So,
oh man, I totally get that. Do you, whenever you're driving, do you get, because some of your work involves driving, right? Do you get to like listen to ebooks while you're going?
yeah, I listen
That's
to audio.
nice.
Like I have the Dwell app, and I listen to my audio Bible that way, and
Oh, cool.
I listen to like podcasts and sermons and different things like that while I drive too. So
Nice. Oh my goodness. Chris said, don't ever look at my wish list. And Patrick said that Lord P declares herself Queen of North Dakota.
you're never going to live that down now.
I'm not. I don't know why I told that story. But it's true. It is. It's always going to be my nickname, Lord P. And I never did understand where it came from. But I mean, I just, you know.
I'll tell you what, I'll always call you sis. I don't think I'll ever call you Lord P.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's actually really a wonderful thing about fellowship is that we can all just call each other sister and brother. And that way when you forget people's names at church, that's okay. You know, it's really no problem. Just, hi, brother. It's so good to see you. What's up, sister? How are you? I don't remember your name.
It gets you out of a lot of sticky, awkward situations.
Yes, it does. It really does. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm getting super duper distracted, but I'm just excited that you're on here and that there's like somebody to talk back and forth with because I'm not that good at like staring at the screen and chatting by myself. But we'll just move on forward. There are a couple of shout outs that I wanted to do on here and a few other little things that I have lined up. That sneak peek, of course, and I think that's really it. Unless you have any cool questions or anything, Rikki, I think after these couple of shout outs, I'll just play the sneak peek and we'll be done because this super fun, awesome, exciting mega list is going to stay below 30 minutes, which is always the goal, and it never seems to happen.
Well, I hope I don't put a dent in that, but I actually do have a recommendation.
Oh, let's hear it. You go first.
Okay, so this, I don't know how long I've been working on it, but the Attributes of God series by Stephen Lawson on Ligonier.
Ooh.
That's awesome. Like I have one video left. There's 16 of them, and I have one left. But it has been so good. Like Stephen Lawson, through these videos, he will go through and teach about 16 different attributes of God, and it's so good. Like the way that he teaches it, like with scripture, he backs everything up with scripture. He explains it very, very well. And so, yeah, I'm kind of like a part of me, like I feel like a part of me is dying inside because I only have one video left and I'm really sad about it. But at the same time, like the Lord has really taught me so much through it, and I've gleaned so much from these things. So I very highly recommend it. It's the Attributes of God teaching series by Stephen Lawson on Ligonier. So go check that out. It's really awesome.
And it's free right now. So
yes, it is free now. Yep.
We don't know how long it's going to be free. That's my next thing. And I heard that you get a really nifty little certificate when you finish.
Ooh, I didn't hear about that. That's awesome.
Right? I saw somebody with it. Somebody said, side note, hi, Rikki, I love you. And I can't read the rest of it because I have a thingy blocking my... Sorry, guys. Here we go. I love you and miss your face. And I don't know who it is because for some reason, this like chat box, it'll tell me who everybody else is on Facebook or on YouTube. But on Facebook, it won't tell me. It just says Facebook user, which is really weird. But somebody says hi to you and they love you and miss your face.
Well, hello. I love you and miss you too, and I will figure out who you are in a little bit.
Hopefully, I bet they'll tell us eventually on the thingy. But I missed your face too. I'm so excited that you're back on here and we're getting to chat.
I missed you so much. I'm so glad to be able to finally be able to talk to you again. It's been a while.
I know. It really has been a while. Thank you too for even taking the time to do this and for your super cool recommendation. That I can't wait to try that one. That was my next thing on the list that I wanted to do. It's Katie. Hi, Katie.
Hey, Katie.
I don't know how to fix the Facebook thing. It's kind of weird. I don't know how to fix a lot of things, but on that line, there is another thing that I was going to mention. Speaking of all the things that I'm not quite sure how to do, but I'm going to try to do. Brooke Bartz who wrote the book Chronic Love, is actually putting on a women's conference. And I'm super excited that she's got Michelle Leslie and Susan Heck and a couple of other wonderful ladies. They're going to be doing the main speaking, and she's going to be doing some speaking as well. And then they have Breakaway with like Imperfect Dust and Carmen from the Biblical Creative and a few other people. It's really exciting. She's going to be putting this all together in July. And so the more information I get, the more I will put out there. But just for now, you guys put that on your calendar. July 13th, I believe, can with like the technical side. But, I mean, you pray for me because I didn't get the sound right again. But
hey, you're going to do great. You're going to do great.
Thank you, sister. Hopefully I do. It's a learning thing. # still not professional. It's okay. But I'm just going to keep reminding you guys about that because we're really excited. And if you guys could still be praying for Brooke, because she is in a lot of pain. You know, she has rheumatoid arthritis. And she has such a passion to do this, to really be a blessing to the body of Christ and to help women, to point them towards good, solid teachers. And so she's working through pain, and she's working through fatigue and exhaustion. It's possible that she even might have had like the COVID virus. So I don't know how to tell that if you didn't get. Oh, maybe they'll do that. They're talking about that, right? Like talking about giving us tests just in case. Will you do that if they send that out, like to see if you had it?
I haven't heard. Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard that, but I've also heard that getting tested is extremely uncomfortable. So honestly, like if they make it a thing to where like everybody gets tested, then I still might not, and
right.
So unless I show symptoms, because I like knowing how they do it. I'm like, I can do without that. Mm-hmm. It's like if I don't need it, if I'm not like showing any symptoms, then I'd rather not, because I just don't want to put. I don't want to go through that.
Right. I was shocked to hear that usually, they just swab a little bit, but I heard that like they are scraping. I mean,
oh no, they go all the way back into your like sinus cavity, like back here, like with the swab. I'm like, no, that doesn't stop. I'd rather not.
Nope. No, thank you. Yeah, I'm definitely. Oh my goodness, my husband is in the comments. Hi, husband. Oh, I just saw that you're there, and you're saying Lorpy is a college nickname created by us weird baseball delinquents. Like, help him with having groceries and clean clothes because he was up there without a mom, and it was just not. It was not sanitary without his mom. But I'm so excited that he's there because he's at work. So he's probably like slipped in real quickly just to see before he goes to save lives and treat babies and stuff.
Well, hey, thank you for the backstory, Justin. I appreciate it.
How cool is that? Oh, Patrick wants to know, what position does Lorpy play? I like to warm the benches and get people water. Yeah, that's
pretty cool. I mean,
did you ever play softball in school?
I didn't play in school, but I did play softball for 12 years, like for
cool.
being in my town. So I played, like I started whenever I was 4. Let me think. Yeah, I started whenever I was 4, and then I stopped whenever I was 16. So.
Oh wow! What position did you play?
For the first probably 10 years, it was all a mixture, mainly like second and shortstop. But then the last. I think it was like the last couple of years I played outfield because I had a really strong arm, like throwing arm. So they've always put me in the out. I could throw it pretty far. Wow,
that's really cool. Kaylee is super bummed that her spring season of softball was canceled because of all of this. She didn't inherit my clumsiness, so that's good. She got a lot of my other traits, but thankfully not that. Wow. Chris says that the bench warmer and the water deliverer is his favorite sports position, and I just think that's great. And Patrick said, a holy water to the face. And my husband said I was the best. Oh, I'm so excited that he's like, this is so bad. I am literally over here like butterflying because my husband is over in the comments. This is so cute that he's over there leaving little comments.
You're adorable.
I'm just like trying really hard not to super blush hardcore right now, but okay. I can be serious now. So much.
Lauren, you can do this. You can do this.
So much more pressure knowing that he's watching right now.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Okay. We do have two shout outs, and then we can do the sneak peek and be totally done. And I'm gonna remember. I can remember things. Okay.
You know words, right?
Words. Where are the words? This is so much harder. He said, "Breathe, girl. You got this."
I agree.
Oh my goodness. I've been having to give him his haircuts. Seriously, I'll be so glad, and I bet he will too. Whenever this whole pandemic is over, because I'm having to like multitask with even that, giving haircuts, and I'm really not very good with a steady hand. So the fact that he would trust me with the blade in the shaver thingy tells you a lot about our marriage. Like, it's a miracle that he's still alive. But anyways, okay, the two things that I just wanted to do a quick shout out about is so the Cave to the Cross Apologetics, Patrick over on his blog, which I'm going to link to below whenever this is all done. I'll go into the descriptions and make sure these links are all in there. He's actually got a special thing going on right now, and this is so cool, Rikki. If you subscribe to his page, to his to the podcast, his wife will sew you your very own face mask for free.
Oh, awesome.
Isn't that cool?
That is really cool.
And hers are super stylish. Like the way she well, first of all, I'm impressed that she can make them at all. But she's made like hundreds of them because their local hospital is actually like running out of face masks because Michigan was hit way harder than North Dakota. Like there's more in his county than is in our whole state here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really, really bad there. So his wife has been sewing a absolute ton of it. But if you need a face mask and you haven't already, go on over there and subscribe to his. Oh, he said she's made 575 face masks. Holy cow. Meanwhile, I'm lucky if I walk upstairs without falling down. It's amazing. It's just amazing that people are able to do that. Wow. I get up this.
Such a good blessing.
Well, she is wonderful. He's a lucky woman. Lucky woman. He's a lucky man to have such a wonderful woman. Chris says #respect. Yep. And my husband said something else sweet that I'm not going to say out loud because then I'll forget what I was talking about again. Okay, the next thing, the last recommendation that I wanted to talk about is Manos Media. Manos Media is actually Patrick's company. So if you've seen his videos, you already know that he's great at editing. And this is his editing company where he actually recently had to put on a live stream of a funeral, and he was able to 150 people were able to live stream, which is unbelievable to me, really. To that many people whenever I just have me and Rikki here, and I struggled with the sound. So he's obviously really talented at doing the stuff with the editing. So you can check out Manos Media. And I'll make sure to link to it below. There's like a Facebook page that you guys can check out. And so I'll link to it after all of this. And that's all I've got. Rikki, do you have anything else? Or are we totally going to make it under the 30-minute mark?
I think we're going to make it. I don't have anything else.
That's so exciting. Okay, well, in that case, I will play the sneak peek video. And that'll be it. And we'll be totally done. And Rikki, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and let you head out since we won't be able to talk anyways during the sneak peek because apparently people can still hear us while we're doing that and I don't know how to make that stop. so thank you, sister, for joining me. God bless you. You're such a blessing to me. I really, really appreciate you.
You're such a blessing to me too. I'm so thankful. Thank you so much for letting me come on again. I've really enjoyed it and it was so good to talk to you again because it's been so fun.
I'm happy to see your face. Your face.
Same.
All right, sister. Love you. We'll see you a little later.
See ya.
Bye. Okay, for everybody else listening, I'm going to play this sneak peek of Monday's episode. So stick around, check that out, and probably check in for my channel tomorrow. There should be that special co-hosting episode with Doreen and Phil Johnson. And yeah, that's it for today. Bye, Humblebees.
Is Paul's letter to a church of predominantly former pagans. Probably there's probably an intermixing of some Jewish believers in there as well, and it's brilliantly written. I mean, going through, when I studied Romans 9, I was forced to go back to Romans 1 to get potential lead-ups of his argumentation that he builds upon and that he refers back to. And it seems like 12 is a little bit of the turning point of the here's the big theology and here's what you do to it. And chapter 12 is where we have to start because, as Lauren has said previously, the chapter and verses aren't there. They're imaginary. They're nice little caveats for us to hang our hats on sometime and say, Ephesians 2, 8 through 2, 8 through 10. Always remember verse 10 in your 2 through 9. Add 10 because it's about good works. So those things are nice as a reference tool, but they're not there. And so when I see, I was in doing my research for this episode, I looked on YouTube of certain people. What are certain people's takes on this? And a lot of there's no lead up into 13. It's just, all right, let's start Romans 13. Here's what it means: be subject to your governing authorities. So that means be subject to the governing authorities. Do what the government says to do. Don't question it. Don't make a mess of things. You're a Christian. God has instituted the government that you fall under, and you must do what it says.
Right.
Great. Perfect. Nazis come about. Romans 13.
Right.
Nazis invade France as an act of war. Okay, France was our government, but now the Nazis are our government. So Romans 13.
Right.
State of Michigan says marijuana is legal, but the federal government says marijuana is illegal. Romans 13. Romans 13.
That's a good example. I hadn't thought about
country
that.
becomes corrupt and no justice is being carried out. Romans 13. No justice. Romans 13. Oh, well, nothing to do. Can't do anything about it. Government soldiers come into your house, occupy it in a time of not war, take your food, rape your children. Romans 13. Romans 13. We don't have to think about it. Romans 13, folks. Romans 13.
Covers so much. I didn't even know it.
Yes.
But it doesn't, does it?
Except it starts in Romans 12.